If you own anything, a house, a bank account, a life insurance policy, and you haven't structured it, then when you pass, your family doesn't inherit it first. The court does. Let me show you what nobody taught us. They didn't teach us about probate. And the three doors every asset you own has to walk through to reach your family the right way. Now, probate is the court process that happens when an asset is in your name and is in your name alone with no structure around it. It's public. Anybody can look it up. What your family, anybody can look up what your family inherited. And so it's slow. It could take months and sometimes even years. It's expensive and the court costs. Those fees come out what's meant to be left behind. We talk about leaving inheritance for everyone. This is what eats it up. And here in Maryland, listen carefully, Maryland is the only state in the country that has both an inheritance tax and a state tax. Yes, it has both. Now, what depends on? It depends on who's inheriting it, how much they inherit, and the state can stand in line even before your children and grandchildren. It's crazy. And so let's work on how to fix it. Now, I'm gonna ask you all to take notes. Well, not take notes, but build something, right? So we have three columns. I want you to write on your paper, get a piece of paper out. I want you to write probate at the top. Circle probate and put an X on it. We're trying to avoid that probate. And we want to talk about the three-door fix. Now, the fix is structure, usually in a living trust. The living trust is normally at the center. But here's the part that most people miss. Creating a trust is not the same as funding it. When you create a trust, it's not the same as funding the trust. All right? And so a trust with nothing in it is an empty box. Every asset you own moves into your plan through one of three doors. Door number one, let's call that a sign. So I wrote probate, I circled it, I wrote my three-door fix, and now I'm writing a sign. And I'm underlining the sign. Right? So personal property gets signed into a trust with the assignment document. Now this could be furniture. If you're old enough, if you're old as me, people love that china closet stuff. They will leave that furniture behind. Jewelry get left behind. Artwork could be left behind. Any pretty much any collectible, whether it was Beanie Babies or whatever. And so this is a big one. When you talk about a sign, you can also talk about your LLC membership. You can also talk about that LL membership interest and the business stock that you have along with it. So if you own a business, this is how the business survives you after you're gone. Door number two is retitle. So I'm writing retitle, and next to it, I'm putting retitle to your trust. And I like to capitalize the US in trust because it's talking about us. When you're trying to make the trust, right? And so when you retitle, some assets need the actual name on the title changed to the trust. Like the deed to your home will need to be changed to the trust. Checking, savings accounts, CDs, yeah, money market accounts, all those things have to be changed into the trust. So you retitled it to the trust. That's your checking accounts, even your brokerage account if you have like Fidelity or somebody. And so the trust becomes the owner. You stay in control as a trustee. Now the third door, let's write down designate. Designate, right? Some assets skip probate automatically. Now, if the beneficiary paperwork is right, you can skip probate. And what happens? Your life insurance, yeah, when you designate your life insurance, what else? Your 401k, your 403b, your pension, your IRA, all those things could be designated right through the trust. And so when it comes to like an IRA and those pensions and the 401ks, 403bs, you can have it POD or TOD. POD is payable on death. That's something that people normally use for bank accounts, payable on death. Or TOD, transfer on death. Now you're going to use this where it applies. I have contacts with lawyers who could tell you exactly when and where to apply those different types, whether it be TOD or POD. That's payable on death or transfer on death. Now, this door is free. It takes about 15 minutes. But hopefully, you already have your trust in place. Your trust is not going to be free. I can guarantee you that. Lawyers are going to charge you what they're going to charge you for that trust. Or we can find a free resource and you get the paperwork notarized and put along with the will. And so this door is going to be free. Takes 15 minutes to designate. So you could call and say, hey, I want to designate my trust as the beneficiary on this. Because I told you that's one of the mistakes that people get wrong. Because the beneficiary is set one time, they never go back and look at it. That was 15 years ago. You need to keep updating it, right? You need to keep it updated, keep it fresh, look over your documents, read over your documents, know where your documents are. Because they looked at it 15 years ago and they never looked at it again. This is where life insurance fits. And here is why I start families with life insurance. When the beneficiaries are set correctly, the death it normally and generally pays income tax free. Life insurance normally pays tax free direct to your people outside of probate, often faster than any other asset they receive. They get it, it's on the way. Help is on the way. They may have lost something to them, they may have lost someone, but help is on the way. It's the cleanest brick in your whole structure, but only when it's set up right. Now, I need to put some disclaimers out there. This is real talk. I'm a licensed insurance professional. As I said, I'm not an attorney, I'm an educator. This is not legal or tax advice. Now, when it's time to draft your trust and the documents, we will work alongside you. We will work with the estate attorneys and we'll help you get a whole team in a room to set this up. So here's your next move, right? What is going to be? You want to text the word legacy or you want to book the review. You want to text the word legacy. Leave word legacy. We'll walk you through the assets and how to set them up. We'll go through the three doors together. We'll make sure what you built actually reaches the people it's built for. Proverbs says a good man leaves inheritance to his children's children. So let's make sure your inheritance arrives to them.